संदीप, सबसे पहले आपसे ये जानना चाहेंगे, काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग आइडिया है, और क्यों, आई मीन मलिका आई हेट यू जो कैच लाइन है या जो आपका गाना है, ये आइडिया कहाँ से आया?
अगर आप आगे गाने को सुनेंगे तो देयर इज अनदर लाइन ऑन द सॉन्ग दैट्स Malika I hate you but I want to touch you. So essentially it's for all the Malikas of this world who are inaccessible. हमारे बहुत से ऐसे sexy women होते हैं जो हम fantasize करते हैं. We always fantasize about somebody that we like, but a lot of times they are not in access. So it's for all of them. Malika, the word Malika was used because मेरे ख्याल से मलिका एक इंडियन नाम है. मैं I could have called it Chandramukhi I hate you, वैशाली I hate you, वैजंती I hate you, and it would have had the same effect. हाँ, अगर गौर किया जाए तो I think the antennas have come up because it's a negative line also, and a lot of famous personalities with the name crop up automatically.
Especially Mallika Sherawat. People are
Especially.
definitely, taking a link to that. People are relating a song to that. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to make it very clear that this is not a song about Mallika Sherawat. Okay, there is no Mallika Sherawat in the video, and Mallika Sherawat was not the inspiration for this song. I'm making it very clear. But yes, Mallika Sherawat is again one of those women that every man fantasizes about. But it's again the same thing, I hate you, but I can't touch you, But I want to touch you, basically. I hate you, but I want to touch you. So, a lot of times, it's actually not I hate you, but actually I love you, It's another way of, putting across I love you. But if my song was Mallika, I love you, you would never have bothered to listen to the song, or it would never have had the same effect.
Okay, for a moment, if you keep that song apart, what are your personal views on Mallika? Do you really like her? What do you think of Mallika?
I mean,
Mallika Sherawat, I'm referring to.
Mallika Sherawat is a fantastic woman. I think she's an icon, she's a sex symbol, and she's every man's fantasy.
Okay. Also, the fact that your album is only one song, which is not something that happens regularly in India. Was your company very supportive in that regard, or did you have problems?
See, in this country, everything needs a reference point. You need something that was tried and tested and successful to try out again. And obviously, because this was a single, and the whole concept of a single cannot be digested by a lot of people, because they don't know how the mechanics of a single would work in terms of a sale. Obviously, they had problems. I mean, not the record company. The record company was pretty gung-ho about doing it. But हाँ, retailers को तो obviously problem ही था कि हम इस product को कैसे market किया जाए. Okay, आप stores में क्या कहेंगे उसे? But I always believe that if you're going to buy a song, आप कोई भी गाने आप TV में सुनते हैं, उसी गाने को खरीदने के लिए आप निकल पड़ते हैं. So you will look for that song even if it's on a compilation. Okay. Now I think a single was successful in Europe, in UK, and was successful in the US. It's just not tried out here, and it'll be a blessing in disguise for everyone. Here you'll have a situation where, in a scenario where the numbers in terms of CDs and cassettes are not in the same volume that it used to be about 5-6 years ago, every new artist does not receive an investment from the record company. They don't want to invest in the artist. Okay, and when you have a scenario like that, if you have a single situation, okay, this would be the ideal thing, because the monies involved are much lesser. You have the one song that you can completely promote, and if a record company doesn't know if an artist is going to sell, here's a chance for you to try and test the artist, build a goodwill. So if you have a hit single, okay, I mean, everybody would look forward to the album. I'm sure everybody would look forward to Ravi's next album. Essentially, it was that one song that worked, but it was obviously part of an entire album. But even if that was a single, everybody would have gone on to buy the entire album. So I think it's a great marketing ploy. Great concepts and ideas have also lesser shelf lives. You got to be a trendsetter or be part of a trend. And I think in a single, that's the best part. I don't have to wait for a compilation, and most importantly, everybody asked me this one question: कि आप इतनी बड़ी hit गाना है, आप film में क्यों नहीं डालते हैं इसे? Okay, why don't you have it in a film? Who benefits if the song is in the film? the actor who's miming the song and the film. But it doesn't, nothing happens to us as composers.
Yeah, as you were saying, also do you think there have been times when people, maybe a music composer or a record company gets hold of a good song, a very good song, and then क्योंकि उसको सिंगल की तरह नहीं रिलीज करना चाहते हैं, इसके लिए उसके आसपास एक कंपाइलेशन क्रिएट कर दिया जाता है. Do you think this happens?
See, it happens. It happens a lot of times. But then, आप भी, I mean, गौर कीजिए कि आप, have you ever listened to the Valiant songs on the album that were part of the compilation? इससे अच्छा है कि आप इसी एक गाने को आप तरह तरह का एक, just give it, make manifestations of this one song, have it play in different forms, have it available to be played in various places which would never play the song. That's what I've done in this album. I have a lounge version which is played by a fantastic musician from the US. He's the guy who discovered Sheryl Crow, who was part of the Eagles. But it was his take on Mallika, I Hate You. And it's a song that will play in every lounge place because it has the sophistication. It's a great drive song. It's a great reading song. Okay. Then I have various versions. I have a ringtone version also. Okay, which is very funny. So we have spent time creating this. We're not like, चलो अभी record company ने बोला कि और 4 गाने चाहिए, तो let's just wrap it up in 2 weeks. No, there was a lot of thought behind every version that was made. There's a proper club mix. So people who want, clubs normally tend to push your songs tempo up. Okay, your tempo is not working, or you need the 4 on the floor kick happening. So we've created that also. We've got a bhangra version. So we've got, so basically, you will hear Mallika, I Hate You playing everywhere. Okay, with someone who just likes some version, And there's another video after this. There's a remix video where the singer gets validation finally. Normally, most singers they just there standing, or they just cut away against the actual video. They would have been shot separately. No, I have put I've put Mallika in this video and Sonu Kakkar together, and they pitted against each other in this second video. Okay, so tomorrow, I mean, everybody knows it's the same. I mean, Babuji happened. Did anybody know that it was Sonu Kakkar who sang Babuji? It was Yana Gupta who romped home with everything. So here you have, validation for the singer, and I think it's got to work that way. So she gets the shows. She's singing live and she gets the shows. It's got to work. The model's got to work like this. Where do we have live music happening? It's just a few bands, the whole band culture. Nothing is happening. Suddenly you have this whole model of a single. And record companies will say, okay man, we can just try it out. We don't need to wait for an entire album. If it works, then you as the buyer will go and buy the entire album.
Mm-hmm. What is the feedback that you've received?
Well, our video hasn't broken out yet, and it's very good right now. And everyone's talking about it. You guys are here to interview me. I mean, what more? And that's without the video breaking out. Just the promos, just the song on radio, and it's working. And I think even radio needs to, if a song starts to work on the radio, because the radio culture needs to really, really happen, I think that's great for the song. The song is strong. That's what my company said, that half our battles are over, but the song is strong. But the whole model of a single, will the customer who's buying it be very satisfied with having only one song? But my point is, he's going there to buy that one song. And if it's not for that song, he doesn't want to listen to the rest of the album. So if he's going to hear versions of the same song playing again and again, and he's got a 25-30 minute window of hearing the same song rather than put it on repeat again, it works.
Mm-hmm. What is videos? A lot of importance is nowadays placed on videos. Your personal view on that? Do you think sometimes the video tends to overshadow the music, the song itself, the composer's thought basically?
I think video definitely plays a very, very important role in our country for sure, because the television medium is very, very strong. Okay, so there's no comparison between the television and radio. Television is like the radio right now. You hear the song, you run out of your kitchen, or if you're here somewhere, you hear a faint, strain of the song somewhere, you come out. So, and if you have a great visual to go with it, I mean, then you'll obviously not switch, because come on, I mean, the lifespan of a channel is unless it's a movie that you want to watch is 5 or 10 minutes. A lot of people like to flip channels, just want to keep, and a lot of times you may just miss out some video or some promo in this whole switching crossfire. But definitely a strong visual, it just works. And as a composer, I have started directing my own videos, because I always felt that somebody never saw what I saw when I was making the music visually. And the same with Mallika, I've directed the video myself because I had a concept. I believe this is the way Mallika should look, this is the way the girl should look, this is the way the clothes should look, and this is my concept. And tomorrow, if it fails, I have entirely the blame to take on my own.
You're directing your own music videos. Do you intend taking it a step further? Maybe films, maybe
Maybe, I mean, I was to do my film about 3 years ago, it did not happen, but I never wanted to after that. And I mean, if it's going to happen, I'm just in this whole situation where I'm enjoying making music right now. I mean, completely. I'm collaborating with people from the US. We've got a lot of these incredible projects happening where I'm trying to take the music of India and allow it to cross globally. I think people in the West just love our music. You're hearing it in little, strains, your little packets and pockets in the US in background scores or in OSTs somewhere, but it's not happened in a whole way. And I'm hoping that I can do it. And I'm working with some very big musicians out there who love our music.
Do you think you've been lucky in that regard, in the sense that you are an Indian, obviously you have those Western influences as well, slightly. Maybe that helps you achieve the balance that you want in terms of catering to them as well.
Nobody gets very lucky all the time. I just wanted to tell you that. I think I have been only lucky because I've had this good fortune of making contact with them. But I have lived their music all my life. I know every little nuance. I just don't know their horoscopes. That's all. I know every bit. So when I met all these people, they were fascinated by the fact that there's someone in India who sings their bass lines, who sings their guitar parts, and that brought me closer. And then most importantly, they loved my music. And then they found out that okay, I'm a credible composer in my own country. So everything just kind of worked. But most mind blowing was the fact that they never knew that there's some guy sitting out there who knows why he changed which guitar and why he's using this string gauge right now. And every little thing. And I take pride in saying that. I think it's really fulfillment of life today for me. I think there's no greater wish I've ever had than to be playing with these guys and have these guys play your music. And I'm in the middle of 2-3 very big projects. I'm also working on my own album after Mitti. Mitti was nearly 3.5 years ago now. I'm working on my second album, and it's a great feeling. I think to know that we love their music, but believe me, they haven't been exposed to our music. But every bit of music that they've heard, they've loved. So I was a little reluctant to play my Bollywood music for them, but one of the greatest drummers in the world loved Babuji. So he saw something in it that I was trying to keep away from him. So I think it's incredible. I think there's going to be definitely, I don't want to use the word fusion, but some sort of explosion is going to happen from India out there.
What's happening on the film front for you, Sandeep?
Like I said, I think I'm making a comeback of some sorts, but I don't know whether I want to do. Last year I made a comeback of some sorts, did a film in the South, which broke a lot of records. Okay, I mean everybody knows, it's no secret that the film ran because of the music, and that was super. We even had the first where Telugu songs started playing on our national channels. Okay, there was Nag and Aisha Takya. Everybody remembers the song, was super. And that only happened because I was given total freedom to do what I wanted. People called it cutting edge music, but I was allowed to make cutting edge music by the producer and the director. If I can get that kind of freedom to do music out here, then I would do music for films. I think I left on a high note with company, and then the recession happened in the music industry, and I continue to make music still with people from the West. That's what I wanted to do. I've come back, and there's a whole trend reversal right now. This music is helping movies. Okay, again, there's a whole Himesh wave that's happening right now. Then in times like this, but then you have like I would say you have there are very few companies who want to take a chance. There's one company who's calling all the shots, who's exactly deciding how it should work, and there are 3 or 4 very big directors whom I respect, and I believe that I'll name them for you. I think both the Chopras, Karan Johar, Sanjay Leela Bhansali. I think these 4 people know the music they want, I think they'll get it out of anybody. Okay, so essentially, when you have that scenario, there's really not much that you can contribute, you know, musically, because you're going to make music through their eyes. Okay, and here I'm in a stage where I'm doing something completely different, and I'm sure they will want any composer's undivided attention, you know. And I'm in a stage in my time. And who knows? I may just direct my own film in a couple of months' time. You know, I'm working on it. So a lot of things, but essentially I'm just closer to music, you know. And if I get the right film, I'm just doing a film right now. I decided to do a background score after a very very long time because the film was very interesting. The film is called Cyanide, and it is to do with the four people who were missing after killing our ex-Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, and were hiding in Bangalore. There's a whole account, blow by blow account of how they were caught. The cops learned about the terrorists, you know, hiding in the city, but did not know they were the same terrorists who were responsible for his death. And they took refuge in some shelter in some man's house, and it's from that man's you know, account, you know, how he was living with them, and it's a very unsettling film. It's in Kannada, but I think it's just going to cross over everywhere. Very very interesting film, and I'm just the last stages of the background score, but there's no songs in the film. But because the film seemed interesting, I decided to do it.
Unsettling is a word you use. Unsettling is also a word that has been used to describe your music. You've not tended to conform to things. Has there been a conscious decision, or
It's me somewhere down the line, you know. It's very easy to do something that someone wants you to do, but you have this tendency to mock it. I don't want to mock any of my songs or any of my work, you know. And I think when I'm hired, okay, as a background score composer, I'm hired to bring something onto the plate there. Okay, someone wants, the director knows what he wants, but he wants you to look at his film and treat it from your perspective. If he wants you to do what he wants you to do, then he can hire any musician and tell him that. Okay, and when use the word unsettling, I think there is an edge somewhere. There's a little they call it. In fact, that's why Mallika has a complete revelation in terms of videos. I made a bunch of videos, okay, which people have really liked. Khoobsurat Hai Tu, you know, which was about this girl and the guy, and this guy was a handicapped guy, and you come to know in the end. There was another video before that, and I had this short film, which everybody calls the most unsettling film, which was on drug abuse. Okay, so they said you're always threading in these dark areas. You know, your music is also, which a lot of people like, you know, and it's not regular. It doesn't take a typical path, you know, in terms of structure. And Mallika is again very very different. It's very commercial. We have 22 changes in terms of clothing. Okay, and I shot the video in 2 days. I mean, hats off to Ashley Rebello, and I think he did a fantastic job with his costumes. But we had to make sure it all happened on time. Benita did some phenomenal makeup work, but layers of makeup. But then there's still that one element in the video that is still very me. There's one single woman in the video. Okay, so now you would have dancers, and you would have, you know, this whole block that would be full of, you know, stuff happening, and you'd have change of location. It's not like that. It's because my whole point is it's a video for the idiot box. Okay, and videos for that cannot show landscape, and it's not a big screen, you know. So it's about the people. Okay, it's about the person. And I believe that if you don't like her, like there was some suggestion by someone that, do you think you should reduce the length of a video? You know, so I feel that if you don't like her in the first 30 seconds, whether I cut the video by 1 minute or by 1.5 minutes, it's not going to make any difference. I'm not going to watch the video anyway. And if you like her, then you will want to watch it till the end, you know. So, because, I mean, so there was a take that, you know, can one woman, you know, by herself hold a video? And the whole point is it's about Mallika. So she's got to hold the video. And we have this girl from Iceland called Siga, who's Mallika in the video.
Towards the end, I would just like you to, you know, give a message to the viewers about why they should buy your single. Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
मैं दर्शकों से सुनने
You
वालों
can
से
go on in
yeah
English.
okay for everyone who love my music and I know you've loved my music because I know from the sales figures of Kambaktesh, Khalas, Babuji, Laila Laila and a lot of my songs okay that you always like for tapping music and I've come back after 3 years and I've not I've not cut out an album that is very indulgent or is very offbeat. It's a hardcore commercial song. I'm making music for you, so just go ahead and buy the song because you know what, Mallika hates you, but Sandeep loves you, so buy the song.
That's a good one.